Ted, what can you tell us?
I'm sure it doesn't mean anything, James, but I've just seen Jean Todt pass a little note across the pit wall to Ross Brawn. I'm sure they're not going to do it again. I'm sure they're not going to make Rubens to pull over. But, well, anyway, there you go. Back to you.
Maybe he's just writing him a little love letter or saying, you go up to the podium this time, Ross. Because Jean Todt certainly does share out the honours to emphasise what a team Ferrari is. As does Ron Dennis at McLaren and Frank Williams as well. They all like to emphasise just what a team effort it is to win in Formula One. And this team has been superlative all weekend, topping the timesheets. The two Toyotas are in front of them. He won't have time to lap them before he comes through to cross the start-finish line for the final time. It doesn't look as though there's going to be any team orders here, and nor should we ever really have believed there would be. Oh, he's getting very close to Michael Schumacher, but Rubens Barrichello comes through. He's not going to let Michael through, is he? No, they're going to... Yes, he is! No! I do not believe it! I do not! Adam and Eve, what is going on? Michael Schumacher wins the Austrian Grand Prix. He doesn't deserve to win it. That is outrageous.
Oh, I'm gobsmacked, absolutely gobsmacked. That is not possible, and I can't believe it's even allowed. Well, Rubens Barrichello's got to be the toughest guy in my book, because if he can take that standing up, he's a better man than me.
I do not believe it. And Villeneuve's blown up. Villeneuve in 8th place. Well, he's certainly given that Honda engine something to think about this afternoon. Listen to the crowd.
They are not happy.
A shuffle on the podium, failing to camouflage a very unsatisfactory artificial win for Michael Schumacher and Ferrari. We'll be right back with the aftermath. Well, the Austrian Grand Prix must have been the most controversial race for several seasons. Michael Schumacher, the winner, only because Rubens Barrichello obeys orders to let him through at the finish. Then Montoya and Ralf Schumacher. Fisichella scoring welcome first points for Jordan, and Coulthard beating Button for a point. But emotions running very high after that contrived Ferrari finish.
Rubens, for many people here today, particularly the crowd, you were the true winner of the Grand Prix. Do you feel like the winner yourself?
No, there's no way to see different. I think it's there wouldn't be any different. I mean, we cannot go back now. I have only 6 points for today, but I have the cup, and you're gonna see me smiling. I mean, I'm seriously a changed man. If it's for the birth of my son, if it's for life, if my father has always told me that one day I would understand everything in life. What should I do? I have on the contract that I have to obey others as much as Michael. He has on the same clause. So if I disobey right now, I just beginning of my 2.5 years of contract. So people would ask me, so why don't you go back to a team that you top? Maybe they want to give a car for me to win. I really feel that my life has changed and I'm on the way up.
You actually seem more upset about this than Rubens is. He seems to have taken it quite calmly.
Yeah, because morally he's the winner. I'm officially the winner, but not morally the winner. So naturally I'm a little bit upset about this. I would have wished finally to put this black spot on my vest from Austria away in a straightforward victory, but it wasn't my day to do this. I hope I can really do this in future. So keep on asking me next year when I win my first race.
What was it like standing on the podium and hearing the crowd booing?
I feel sorry for Michael in a way. I mean, when you see people booing for someone, it's I feel sorry. I mean, the same way as it was Coulthard, I think in Monza they were booing him for the crash they had in Spa. It's a bad feeling. But you should respect everyone's view. They saw me winning the race. That's the way it went. So there was something that changed and they were not happy. In a way, I have to accept that and that's it.
Did you think about disobeying the order anymore?
If you look my telemetry, I basically did, but then he braked even more. And if you look at the time, it was just 1/10. So I would, yeah. Well, if I could return it, I would.
Is this fair?
No. Very simple. Very, very wrong decision.
I mean, Rubens had done everything. I mean, they even let him go up the top of the podium.
Rubens did a good race, did a great race. I mean, the poor guy has a few races where he really could fight against Michael, and today he was better.
So I have a lot of sympathies today to him, because he really did a great race and he deserved to win. And I cannot understand to have this decision in this early stage of the season, where basically there's no real pressure from any other team.
Peter, a difficult day for the team with that horrendous accident. Thankfully, everybody seems to be okay. Do you have any idea, has Nick told you any idea what caused it?
I spoke with Nick, and he told me it was a driver mistake. He braked too hard.
But he's okay, is he?
He is okay, yes.
I was passing him on the outside, and we were both going into the braking zone quite hard and late, and it's so critical to get your brakes warm once you've been behind a safety car for so long. And to me, I think he just locked up his rear axle, and it was not very pleasant to see him obviously going over the circuit like that. I believe that Santos sitting up and is okay after that, so that's good news.
The word is good. He's gone to Graz for x-rays just to make sure everything is okay, and you know, he's a brave boy. Hopefully he can be back racing at Monaco in the next race, but who knows what will happen.
It's still 10 more points in the bag for Michael Schumacher. He's increased his lead to 27. Montoya 4 clear of Ralph. 2 second places for Barrichello, and Coulthard ahead of Button. Meantime, in the constructors, Ferrari's Maximum takes them 16 clear of Williams. McLaren picking up a point, as you were though, for Renault, Sauber and Jaguar. Fair to say, Tony, we're both pretty upset about what's happened here.
Absolutely, and especially as it's deja vu from last year when Rubens had to give away that second place. But the difference then, Jim, is that was tactical. That was a team sport when they were fighting against McLaren, when David Coulthard was winning the race. There was a reason for doing that. And if you look at this last year, here we are, Coulthard in the lead. OK, Barrichello was in second place, he deserved it at the time, but he was told on the radio by Todd to move over. Todd came down afterwards to pick up Rubens and say, come back, listen, I'm sorry, I had to do that. This was Todd telling him, you know, it was team orders, Ferrari, we had to do it for the championship, you understand that. He was very, very upset. Back to 2002, here we are, against the backdrop of all the wolf whistles, the crowd not liking it. Barrichello slows down and gives away a win on a silver plate to Michael Schumacher. Did you see the incredulity there on Ralf Schumacher's face? He walked past. What's going on? FIA bringing the sport into disrepute. That's what happened last time. McLaren did it in 97 and 98.
Who has smiled at this result? Because everybody seems to be unhappy about it.
Totally. I tell you what, Michael Schumacher will not be happy about this. Whoever on high in Ferrari, whether it's Di Montezemolo or whether it's Todd, he will not be happy. It's his own image, his own popularity, the popularity of Ferrari. They did not need to do it. He came into this race 21 points clear. Why?
We're all very happy, though, that Takuma Sato would appear to be OK to race in a couple of weeks' time in Monaco after this frightening experience.
Yeah, and Nick Heidfeld there, they said it was driver error from Sauber, but look at the way the car picked up speed. It veered off to the right and bangs into the side of Takuma Sato. Juan Pablo Montoya, very, very lucky, escapes the speed. It careers across there. Fortunately, as we can say, though, with the increased side impact protection on the monocoque, the rear of the car has been strengthened with new crash tests. There's Nick Heidfeld, who damaged his leg in that. Sato is okay, but there was no sign of anything locking up, no smoke from the rear tyres. It was as if something happened to the steering. For it suddenly veered to the right like that is very mysterious. And there's Takuma Sato going off to hospital for his checkups, but luckily he's okay.
You've got 1 or 2 points you want to make about the start of the Austrian Grand Prix as well, Tony.
Well, it was very exciting. It's always exciting here, but you can see the fuel-laden Williamses not having great starts, heavier, but great start for Michael Schumacher getting into second place. But look at Heidfeld going round the outside there to get through. Massa trying to follow him, running wide, and everyone getting away with it. And normally we've had all sorts of crashes there going to the first corner. Now look again from Juan Pablo's view in car in the Williams BMW. You can see Michael Schumacher getting away on the inside there. And then from 5th place, coming up alongside him, Nick Heidfeld. Sauber loving this track. And on the inside, Kimi Räikkönen then goes past. Massa follows through. But the two juniors, Räikkönen and Massa, slide wide. And Montoya goes through. Great pictures there.
Thanks very much indeed, Tony. Well, our next stop, Monaco, in a couple of weeks' time. It's a great weekend, that one. Qualifying live from 11:30 on the Saturday. Plenty of pre-race build-up from just after midday. And the highlights at midnight. Sure, you've all got your own thoughts on that Ferrari finish. Let us have them via the ITV F1 website. The Austrian crowd here, well, they made their feelings crystal clear. Good night.